Hey, what's going on? This is Sunshine.
And E.
All right.
Welcome back, YouTubers. Welcome back. We've been gone quite a while.
Yeah, we've been going a little bit now. It might not seem as long as, well, it probably will, but it's actually longer than we actually, because we take some of our videos, we push them out. So, but we've been kind of out of commission for a little while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any reason why?
Yeah. You hear the stories about people talking about how they caught COVID and how they survived it and what they did and what they didn't do and what they could not do. And in our case, here we go. It happened and occurred to our household as well.
That's right. And before we get started into this, do me a favor, if you can like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, also share and comment below. And also, before we get started into what is considered our story time, this is our little story time. We're going to play a little music, and I'm going to incorporate that music into the story. So let me get that started. Okay. Did you want to start it? Okay. Music-wise, the reason why I'm playing this music is I'm not really a Walking Dead fan.
I am.
She is, big time. They used to have little get-togethers that come over and they watch The Walking Dead. That wasn't really me. I didn't really get into it, but they were gonna start, I guess, the new season or the last show or something, and they were doing something I think they called The Talking Dead or something, and they were playing this music right before, because it was like 10 minutes before, and I really, really enjoyed that music. So, man, that's nice music.
Actually, this music's played on The Talking Dead, where there is a memorandum of people on that particular episode that were passed away. So that's the music that is played during that time.
Oh, okay. And so when the issue with COVID came, I never really physically that bad. I never really felt bad. I had a cough. That's pretty much it. But I never feel bad. What bothered me the most, and it's hard to really describe, was mentally. Mentally, that affected me. So a lot, because I've been in music, done music for a while, I said, well, let me go the music route. And I thought of this song, and I would listen to that song over and over, and it helped kind of calm me out. And I think for maybe 4 to 5 days straight, I would listen to this music several times during, and that got me through the mental issues, because the physical wasn't that bad. I could deal with that. But so for me, I never got to the point where I felt I need to go to the hospital or anything like that. I did lose my sense of taste, my sense of smell. I lost 25 pounds. Thankfully for this, I didn't lose my mind because I had this music to kind of help me through that. But for me, it wasn't that bad. Now, you might want to give you a story of how it kind of dealt with you. And it's weird that we do a lot of things together, but we never thought we would do COVID together. But, what was your kind of...
Well, when 2020 came in and they shut everything down, I pretty much went out and bought every medication there was, to allergy medicine, to stomach upset, whatever. I just said, we get sick, we're not going to the hospital. Well, 19 months later, here we go. We survived that long. I figured, okay, we're doing this, we're good. Hadn't been vaccinated or anything, so I thought we were doing pretty good. Still scary, but I really think in my case, the reason why I got sick as quickly as I did was the fact that I carry a lot of stress because I deal with a lot. We have a disabled son that I have to find caregivers, and a lot goes on, holding down a full-time job, all that kind of stuff, and taking care of family and making decisions and stuff like that. And I think at this point, my immune system had shut down. And I, on the other hand, had to wind up going to the urgent care, which I did. And they wound up transporting me by ambulance to a hospital. And then the next morning after that, transfer from one hospital to another. So I was in the hospital all of probably 6 days. Fortunately, didn't go on a ventilator. But I think it was time that I needed to think of nobody but myself at that point, to try to recuperate and get myself back in order. Even after being discharged, I still went through some, I'm not saying mental issues, as far as how did this happen, to me, or, how did I get here, so basically, and still kind of going through that. It's, because it took a lot out of you. So I used to hear the stories of people telling how, oh yeah, you take this, take that, and blah, 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 blah. And, some of that stuff, it does work. I generally try to keep as healthy as possible. I do ginger. I'll eat fresh ginger. I make ginger tea. I do smoothies and, sea moss, all of that stuff, alongside of any medication. So basically just always just try to, and exercise. Now I didn't exercise because we had just come back from our anniversary. So now I was getting ready to get back into it and then got sick. So,
and it's funny you mention that, the anniversary, because it's sometimes when you look back at things and things are kind of weird. Like she was talking about, our anniversary 1st of August, we were in Vegas. And what airline did we fly?
Delta.
We flew Delta, which that's probably the variant that we got, the Delta variant. In hotels, casino hotels, you think about playing the slots and the tables. Everybody want to be lucky, so they don't want to put any images of bad luck. So there is no 13th floor in the hotels. What floor did we stay on? The 14th floor, which is actually the 13th floor. So, so when you look back and it's like, man, maybe it's crazy, because we were out in the crowds all over the city, and never had any
wear
problem.
a mask the whole time.
It was a little tough outside because it got a little hot and a lot of walking. They got a little tough. But we were around all these people. And everything seemed, we got through that. And it's like 2 weeks later, when broke loose. and then that's when it happened, 2 weeks after we got through that. So it's kind of weird when you look back at that situation, how we made it through what we would thought was the biggest issue. And then I don't know if we let our guards down or anything like that, but we still.
I don't know. It could have came in another ways. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's the
we
thing.
have no idea how it was caught. But fortunately, for our oldest son, who was actually on a ventilator, it was the only one in the house that stayed protected, and hopefully will continue to stay protected, even after we all got well. So that was the scariest and the biggest thing that concerned me. And I think once I knew I was diagnosed, that my stress level magnified at that point because of him. Not even because of me, but because of him.
Right.
So I have no idea. I have no idea. I just know, I carry a lot of stress. I try to, get on here with you guys and try to laugh. And it kind of changes a little bit for me and makes me come out of my element a little bit when I get on here, So, but it's,
Yeah, it's a tough thing, but and we're talking about COVID, and the one thing that was her worry. One of my biggest worries is that I didn't get to the point where I went to the hospital. She did for 5 or 6 days. 6 days. And so that was the biggest thing, because it's not like it was years ago when someone had some kind of illness and you could spend time with that family member, even if it's up to the end. And with COVID, it's not. So when she went in for those 6 days, fortunately she came back, but there could have been a situation where she didn't, and no family members would have been able to be with her at that last moment. And all they could do is remember the last time they seen her several days before. So we're really, really fortunate, because a lot of people didn't have that kind of fortune in this situation. So we're really fortunate. But this COVID is a twofold situation. I guess you could say, where there's actually getting COVID or not getting COVID. And then we can talk about the next thing is the vaccine, the shot. So this is our story time, and we're going to do another story time on that shot, on that vaccine, and what your views are about the shot and whether you're going to take it or you have taken it or not. But we're going to get to that in our next story time. But for now, do us a favor before we get out of here. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, also share, comment below. And I do believe that's it.
That is it. Thanks for listening to Sunshine and In.